What's going on? I wanted to share with you why you're probably doing high intensity interval training and metabolic conditioning all wrong, right? And why you're not seeing the results that you probably feel like you should be when you're really kind of kicking your own butt. So last night after training, I was having a conversation with a friend and a client about something that he saw at a local kind of little CrossFit competition. And what was happening in that one piece of the competition was there was a row, and it was for a certain amount of time, and it was in teams of 2, and you had to see who could get the most calories in that time. Now, he was watching everybody go, and everyone just going and ripping as hard as they possibly can. And then he saw this one team where they would row, they would take a second, then they would row again, right? And each pull was purposeful and very powerful, but he was thinking, like, there's no way they're going to win when they keep taking about 2 to 3 seconds rest in between each pull. And he was very surprised to see at the end of it that they won way ahead of everybody else. And so what he ended up doing was he ended up trying it in his next training session, right? There was something very similar, which is weird, right, that we did at the gym. And it was, how many calories can you burn in 5 minutes? And he was next to this beast of a guy, right, who was going crazy, right? He's one of the strongest guys in the gym who was just rowing. And he decided, let me give it a go. Like, I want to see how this works. And he ended up burning, significantly more calories according to the machine than the person next to him for the same amount of time, but with what he felt like was a little bit less work. Now, what I was trying to explain to him yesterday, and why I thought this would be really good to kind of share with you guys, is that what we don't realize about our bodies is that it takes a lot of energy, sure, right, to put out a lot of energy, to be explosive, right, to be strong, to sweat, to bring our heart rate up, to basically do the stuff that we do in exercise, right, when we're training and we're going hard. But what we don't realize is that it takes just as much energy to bring all of those things back down, right, our body temperature, to lower our heart rate, to shuttle the building blocks, ATP, glycogen, right, the fancy science words of the things that make your muscles move back into your muscles, to stop sweating, right, to basically bring our whole body to recover back to homeostasis. And when what we do in training, right, when we do these high intensity metabolic training, why it's so successful and why it's so, it's potent and that it's, powerful, is because you get that rest component, right? So if you're not putting rest in your high intensity training, you're not going to see anything, because then it just becomes steady state cardio, right? Which we have found through a lot of different research, a lot of times burns more muscle than it burns fat. So what you need to do now, right, when you are going hard, right, I want you to go as hard as you possibly can until you can't, right, until you start to feel like you need to take a rest, so you need to take a breath, right, so you need to pause for a second. And then I want you to rest until you can go hard again, right? So sometimes that might mean you go hard for 20 seconds, as hard as you possibly can, all out, and then you rest for 40 seconds, and then you're able to give that same amount of intensity again, right? The same exact power, the same exact speed again for another 20 to 30 seconds, right? When you do that, when you kind of go up and down, that's when you get that magic effect of a lot of fat loss, really good hormonal profile, where now you're expending a lot of your human growth hormone and stuff that wants to burn fat and protect muscle. If you're just kind of like, you're going kind of hard, and then you just rest a little bit enough so that you're not dying, and then you go, that same intensity again, it becomes like steady state cardio. You're not really getting that up and down and really pushing the limits of your body's recovery as well as its go factor. So hope that kind of helped a little bit. Give it a try this next couple weeks. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it's doing. Share this with someone who maybe needs to hear it. And I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.